Every swipe and click in the digital world creates a trail of energy. Modern life surrounds us with commercial convenience, but these systems operate as a grid designed to siphoning away time, attention, and wealth. Traditional milestones have moved behind economic paywalls. For the first time, homeownership, stable healthcare, and retirement require navigating a landscape where the average first-time buyer is now in their 40s. This is the structure of the automaton, a socio-technical control grid. It functions as a circuit that farms human energy for the benefit of corporate and elite interests. Burnout and chronic exhaustion are the intended outputs of this engineered environment. The pressure to keep pace is a feature of a simulation designed to extract rather than empower. Perceiving this extraction creates the Cassandra problem. It is the isolation of recognizing a systemic trap, while surrounding institutions gaslight you into believing everything is stable. When an individual identifies these flaws, the system avoids the debate. It shifts the focus to the dissenter, pathologizing their observations to neutralize the threat to the status quo. In this context, trauma and anxiety function as rational, adaptive responses. The nervous system is reacting to a toxic, extractive environment with the vigilance required for survival. Feeling disconnected or crazy serves as the primary symptom of waking up. It marks the moment the mind stops accepting the automaton's baseline reality. Involuntary psychiatric holds often function as tools of systemic control. The architecture of a hospital ward is designed for risk mitigation and rapid stabilization. Medical environments prioritize behavioral compliance. By utilizing chemical sedation, the institution addresses the symptoms of distress while ignoring the environmental or relational causes that forced the patient into crisis. Clinicians frequently rely on gossip notes, hearsay from stakeholders who may have an interest in suppressing the individual. This constructs a narrative that replaces objective observation with institutional convenience. The clinical label becomes a method of enforcing conformity. It protects the institutional architecture by delegitimizing any perspective that doesn't fit a standardized, manageable box. This gaslighting loop operates at a geopolitical scale. Governments and monopolies route public dissent into dead-end pathways of dismissal. Political polarization and algorithmic division keep the population exhausted. We fight over partisan details while the system continues extracting behind the scenes. Modern institutions mimic the megachurch grifter. They adopt the curated image of a societal savior while operating as a purely transactional, manipulative scheme for profit. This creates a land of pirate ships. Attempting to engage or fix the system directly leads to systemic retaliation and targeted destruction. You cannot fix a wicked system using the rules it wrote to protect itself. Trying to win on their terms is a mathematical dead end. Escaping the automaton requires transmutation, a shift in your state of being. You change your internal frequency to move outside the system's reach. This aligns with the ancient concept of metanoia. It is an internal transformation of perception that shifts you from a passive gear in the machine into an active participant in reality. In physics, a time crystal is a phase of matter in constant eternal motion that never loses energy. It breaks the symmetry of time. By achieving phronesis, or practical wisdom, you become a human time crystal. You develop a frequency that the control grid cannot simulate. By reclaiming your non-local consciousness, you introduce a variable of genuine liberation that the machine is unable to predict or compute. You take on the role of the ram. This means exercising radical agency to subvert bad prophecies and refusing to be the passive victim in a scripted simulation. You can navigate this by applying the fruit test. Measure institutions solely by what they produce, hoarding, poverty, and division, rather than their marketing or superficial promises of care. As the automaton's noise increases, the sovereign finds stillness. You develop the clarity to observe the institutional collapse without being consumed by the surrounding chaos. Lasting rebellion is the establishment of a self-aware mind. You become an independent observer who simply ceases to play a rigged game.
Is it